Hi, today is Thursday, September 12th, 2025. Sorry, September 11th. Wow, September 11th, right? Today, about 24 years ago in 2001, there was a huge bombing of the Twin Towers in New York, and more than 3,000 people perished in the bombing and subsequent collapse of the two towers, right? And I visited the site in 2018, and there were concave waterfalls on the site. It was massive. It was something to see. I felt sorry for all the people, all the lives lost in that bombing by Osama bin Laden. Osama was killed by the U.S. Navy SEAL back in 2016, maybe 2014, when the Obama was in the office. Right, it was amazing. All the political and criminalistic activities by the U.S. or by the Afghanistan fighting with each other is always bad because many people lose their lives. Right. Osama bin Laden made a big mistake, uh, and the U.S. responded with a severe brute force. So it's loss and sadness on both sides of the humanity. So today I'm going to read this interesting article because I have a skin problem called eczema or atopic dermatitis ever since I was born. I am 57 years old, getting to be 58 next year. So I think maybe psoriasis is also I have, right? It's when you have gut punctures, uh, the food elements that you digest through your stomach seep into your blood streams, right? And also the cells, damaged cells. So it's I have the exact psoriasis problems and also eczema. So and also I have a stomach ache occasionally, and I feel I have a loose stool. So there's something to do with my intestines. Although I practice Tai Chi and anti-cancer Tai Chi walk that I learned about 8 years ago, I feel I need to do something about my intestinal activities. So let's find out what a psoriasis is and the causes and the symptoms and the treatments available. This article is by dailypositiveinformation.com, and the title is, If you notice these signs on your body, consult a doctor immediately. Immediately, not tomorrow. People who have psoriasis have a chronic disease in which the immune system overworks, making skin cells divide too quickly. Oh, so skin cells divide too quickly. Some areas of skin get flaky, and red, most often on the head, elbows, or knees. But it can happen anywhere on the body. Most of the times, my hands, not palms, but inside my hands or outside of my hands, thighs, right? Sometimes on the foot soles. Scientists are not sure what exactly causes psoriasis, but they do know that it has to do with both genes and the environment. Psoriasis symptoms can sometimes go through stages with flare-ups that last for a few weeks or months, and then periods when they go away and go into remission. Remission, right? These there are many good expressions here, right? Go into remission, right? and also sometimes go through stages, go through remission, go through stages, go into remission. Flare-ups, right? Flare-ups. Flaring report, right? Grilling report. Flare-ups. Go through stages, go into remission. For psoriasis, there are many ways to treat it. Your treatment plan will depend on the type of disease and how bad it is. Creams and ointments can often help people with mild psoriasis. For people with moderate to severe psoriasis, pills, shots, or light treatments may be needed. Light treatments. To keep the symptoms under control, you can also deal with typical triggers like stress and skin injuries. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I have, but in a very small scale, right? That's about like 4 times or 5 times larger than what I have sometimes. People who have psoriasis are more likely to get other serious diseases such as psoriatic arthritis is a long-term type of arthritis that makes the joints and places where tendons and ligaments connect to bones, entheses, hurt, swell, become stiff. Brain and heart problems like heart attacks and strokes. Health issues with your mind like low self-esteem, anxiety, and sadness. Some types of cancer, Crohn's disease, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, obesity, osteoporosis, uveitis, inflammation of the middle of the eye, liver disease, and kidney disease may also be more common in people with psoriasis. Do people get psoriasis? Psoriasis can happen to anyone, but adults are more likely to get it than kids. It has the same effect on men and women. Many kinds of psoriasis. There are different kinds of psoriasis such as plaque psoriasis, guttate psoriasis, pustular psoriasis, inverse psoriasis, plaque psoriasis. This is the most common type. It looks like raised red spots on the skin that are covered in silvery white scales. Silvery white scales, right? Silvery white scales. Silvery white scales. Patches of skin generally show up on both sides of the body, on the head, on the trunk, right? And the limbs. Trunk means your torso, right? Your body, tummy, back, trunk. And the limbs, your legs, your arms, hands, mostly on the elbows and knees. Yeah. Silvery white scales. Guttate psoriasis. This kind shows up most often on kids or young adults and looks like little red dots, generally on the torso or limbs. A virus that affects the upper respiratory system, like a strep throat, can cause an outbreak. Interesting. A form of it affects most of the body, but most of the time, it only affects the hands and feet. Medicines, infections, worry, or some chemicals can make symptoms worse. Inverse psoriasis. This type shows up as smooth red spots in folds of skin, like under the breasts, in the groin, or in the armpits. It can get worse if you rub it and sweat. Having endodermic psoriasis. This type of psoriasis is rare but very bad. It causes red, scaly skin to cover most of the body. It can happen after getting a bad sunburn or taking some medicines, like antibiotics. People who have another type of psoriasis that is not well managed often get erythrodermic psoriasis, which can be very bad. Psoriasis signs and symptoms. The signs of psoriasis are different for each person, but here are some common ones. Patches of thick red skin with scales that are silvery white and itchy or burned. These are most often found on the elbows, knees, scalp, trunk, hands, and soles of the feet. Yeah, exactly, soles of feet. Skin that feels dry and cracked and bleeds or itches. I think we have a lot of other supported surfaces here. Thick nails with ridges and pits. Yeah, I have a thick nails with the ridges and pits, right? Ridges, especially ridges. Not getting enough sleep. Some people with this condition also have psoriatic arthritis, which can cause stiff, swollen, painful joints, as well as pain in the neck, back, and Achilles heel. If you think you might have psoriatic arthritis, you should see your doctor right away. If you don't, the damage caused by the disease cannot be fixed. With psoriasis, the signs can come and go, right? Go into stages, come and go into remission. Sometimes your symptoms will get worse, called a flare, and then you will feel better another time. Why people get psoriasis? Psoriasis is an immune-mediated disease, which means that your immune system starts to work too hard and cause issues. When you have psoriasis, your immune cells start to work and make molecules that cause your skin to make new cells quickly. Well, I don't know about that. When you have psoriasis, your immune cells start to work and make molecules that cause your skin to make new cells quickly. This is why the skin of people who have the disease is red and flaky. Scientists do not fully understand what causes the immune cells to work wrong, but they do know that it has to do with both genetics and the environment. A lot of people who have psoriasis have a family history of it. Scientists have found some genes that may play a role in how it develops. It is thought that many of them help the defense system work. Here are some outside things that might make getting psoriasis more likely. Getting infections, especially HIV and streptococcal illnesses. What is a streptococcal illness? Some medicines, like those used to treat heart disease, malaria, or some mental health issues, tobacco, obesity. So no gut punctures, leaky gut syndrome, right? I think it has something to do with the psoriasis. I'll take a photo of my skin conditions on the folds of my arms and maybe the neck, right? I have went through a lot of stages of eczema, It has been with me for, I don't know, for 45, almost 50 years that I remember. But my mother said I developed eczema when I was like 3 months old. And they used a lot of steroid and unknown ointments at the time because they didn't know the effects of the steroid, because it was like 1968, 1970, right after the Korean World War. So not much science at the time. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening and have a great day. But before I go, as usual, let's find out what I marked to remember. Silvery white scale, right? Silvery white scale. Go through stages with flare-ups, 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 go into remission, go into remission, go into remission. With the flare-ups, go through stages. Thanks for listening. Have a great Thursday. Bye-bye. September 11th, the bombing of the Twin Towers, World Trade Centers in New York. I feel all the ghosts should go who perished at the time. And I hope the best theories for your journey as a ghost. And my condolences to all the family members, friends, acquaintances of those perished in the bombing. Bye-bye.